I think it's just that simple. I think we're good. Hello, everybody. It's tea time. Yay! I was so concerned about trying to make this video because Sam was telling me he's had a lot of problems recording vlogs on here. So I was like, okay, potential for some big ol' issues with the final product of this. Just a warning, I'm probably going to upload it regardless, even if it turns out that like half of this is, weird audio sync garbage. So enjoy. But it's August 6th, which means that it's my birthday. And Sam said that I was perfectly free to use his computer and try and make a coffee time at any point during this trip. For the most part, we've been just like hanging out and doing whatever and seeing his family and stuff. But I figured, you know what? Of all the days, if I'm going to make a coffee time, it should be on my birthday. So it is right now 8:30 in the morning on my birthday here, but back home, wait, let me look at the world clock on my phone. According to the world clock, right now it is still my birthday. It's 12:30, so midnight 30 on the 6th. So we're all good, no matter what. I'm not lying, depending on the time zone. But hi, guys, I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't had a chance to explain to you all of my heinous airport issues. So I guess let's start with that, right? I wound up having to be on a different flight to go to COFFEH because, oh my goodness. So we bought the flight through Virgin Atlantic. At LAX right now, well, actually, backing up one more peg, Delta recently bought part of Virgin. So sometimes when you book a flight through Virgin, it's actually being carried out by Delta. On all of my flight information, it said that I needed to go to Virgin Atlantic for my flight. And I was like, cool, perfect. I know exactly where that is. So Virgin Atlantic is in Terminal 2. And Delta is in Terminal 6, I believe. So I get there. Plenty of time. I'm there right on time, actually. I stand in line for a while because there's a decent number of people there. And I'm like, that's fine. Whatever. Stand in line for a while, get to the front. And they're trying to find me and they can't. And they realize, oh, this flight that you're on is actually through Delta. So you're going to have to walk to Terminal 6 because LAX, for whatever reason, still does not have any sort of a train system. It doesn't have a consistent shuttle system. They didn't have shuttles while I was there. So they were like, you're going to have to walk there, but don't worry, you've got plenty of time. And I was like, great, awesome, because my bag was extra, extra, extra heavy because I brought a bunch of stuff with me that Sam had left at home, like very heavy books and things. So my bag was so heavy. Like, all right, that's fine. That's totally fine. Power walk all the way to Terminal 6, which took me a little over 20 minutes. I get there, and the machine, because at Delta is such a big airline that they have, like all of their little machines that you can check in on. So I'm like trying to check in. It's not working. I'm trying over and over and over again. It's not working. And they have a line that's like is stuff going wrong with these systems? Then stand in this line and we'll help you. So I stood in that line. I got up to the front and I was thinking to myself, this is actually great because the like normal Delta line was heinous. It was so huge. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, if I stand in that line, I might actually I might miss, because there's a cutoff point where it's not necessarily that the plane is going to take off. It's that they don't want anybody else checking in for that flight. So I was like, all right, that's fine. This line, you would still go through and they would check you in and take your bag and everything, but it was much shorter. And so I was like, yay, this might be great. So I get up there, I'm thinking, man, I'm kind of beat the system here. I get up there and she takes my passport, tries to scan it. It won't scan. She keeps like trying to scan it. We even move computers. She keeps trying to scan it. And she's like, it's weird. It's almost acting like you're not supposed to be on a flight here. And so she looks it up and she's like, oh, it looks like you bought your flight through Virgin Atlantic. Are you sure that the flight isn't with them? And I was like, no. And she like had this moment of recollection, like, no, you're right, because I've definitely had other people check in for the same flight. Like, I know that this flight is being operated by us, but it can't find you for whatever reason. And I was like, that's super weird. So we're like dinking around with this stuff for so long that they won't let me check in anymore. Like, she goes, well, the cutoff point just happened for you to even be able to get on this flight. So you're going to have to switch flights. And I was like, well, I still need to get on a flight tonight. And she goes, well, we only have one other one that Delta is doing, and it's tomorrow. So if this is what you want, like if you need to get out of here tonight, you have to go back to Virgin Atlantic and they have to help you out because you bought the ticket through them. And I was like, this is a nightmare. So I walk all the way back to Virgin Atlantic. And at that point, I'm like, I'm furious in that I might raise my voice to you or I might just cry. I don't know. I honestly don't know, which is exactly what I told the woman when I got up there, because I was standing in like the special assistance line and I got up and I was just like, I know that none of this is your fault. If I take a weird tone with you, it's just because I'm frustrated. And she was like, okay. And I explained the whole situation to her. She goes, all right, well, let me go ahead and call Delta. And I was like, she goes, let me go ahead and call Delta and double check that that's what the problem was. And I was like, well, either way, I've missed this flight. Like, either way, I can't get on this flight that I was supposed to get on. And she was like, no, I understand. I just want to make sure that I get the full picture. And I was like, I gave you that. I gave you the full I told you everything. So she calls up Delta. Nobody's answering, obviously, because there's a million people in that line. She's like, that's weird. Nobody's answering. And I was like, weird. Can we move on then? And she goes, well, the problem is that in order for you to be on a flight that costs the same amount, it would have to happen tomorrow. We could get you on a flight tonight, but it would be more expensive. And I was like, but this was not my fault. None of this was my fault. And she was like, I get that, but let me just see what I can do for you. And I was like, okay. So she calls like their head office or whatever, explains the situation to this other dude, and then goes, for an extra $800, we can get you on a flight tonight. And I was like, no. It's just like, you can't help me out at all. After the goose chase I just went on, you can't help me out at all with this cost. And she was like, hold on just a second. And like continues to talk to this guy. And she keeps like making jokes. And I was just like, part of me was going, maybe she's making jokes so that she can get me a better price. And the other part of me was going, you're not taking this seriously at all. I need to get on a flight tonight. No, like just ready to, snap people. Just snap people in half and then eat them for dinner. So eventually she goes, how about 300? And I was like, that is much more manageable. Still upsetting to me, but I can manage that at least, because again, like, this was for a convention. It is technically work. Like, I can make this work in general. It was just frustrating. So I got the ticket. I got on the plane. I am right next to the lavatories, which is fine. Just means that there are people literally always next to me on this flight, and I'm surrounded by a giant French family. Get off the flight, stand in customs. I get up to the front of the customs line. The lady asked me for my passport, and I'm like, sure, of course, here you go. Oh, no, I didn't have my passport. And I was racking my brain because I remembered holding it when I got up from my seat on the plane, but I did not know where it was after that. So, long story short, with the like arrival part of the story, long story short is that because I didn't have my passport and I was still trying to get through customs, they had to treat me like somebody who was trying to fake my way through. So I was detained. I was detained at the airport while they looked for my passport. They were like, this could take up to 2 hours. It's like kind of a lengthy process because we have to send somebody out to get it. We have to do all of this paperwork to, make sure that we're putting it into the hands of the person who actually owns the passport, like all this stuff. And I just kept going, can I please just go back to the gate? Like, if I just went, maybe if I just walked back, I'd see it, like, on the floor somewhere. Like, can I just walk back? And they were like, sorry, we can't do that. Fortunately, a dude from the flight that I was on came in and was like, I heard somebody lost their passport on our plane. And I was like, me. That's me. And he just goes, why don't we just walk back to the gate together? And I was like, all right. Is that cool? Is that cool? Because Sam's sister Molly was supposed to be picking me up. And, are you a bug? Hello, sweet bug. Anyways, Sam's sister Molly was supposed to be picking me up. And the last message that she had gotten from me, because I was detained, so I wasn't allowed to use my phone in there, the last message that she had gotten from me was, hey, I lost my passport. They're detaining me. It might take a while. Sorry. That's all that I had texted her. And so she was like, what? Like, calling Sam. Just like, what do I do? Is she joking? Like, and Sam was like, I don't know. She didn't message me. Like, I doubt she's joking. Like, that doesn't sound like a joke. So what could have taken like 2 hours actually took more like 20 minutes. Thank God. Actually got through customs, was able to text Molly and be like, crisis averted, sorry. Molly picked me up perfectly fine. We drove back in traffic, but drove back to Sam's home, and now everything's fine. But oh my goodness, that was probably my worst airport experience ever. Just the experience of like trying desperately to get from LA to Heathrow was like, what else could go wrong? What else could possibly go wrong here? Anything could go wrong at this point. It was so bad. But CoxCon was lovely. It was so much fun. I know some people have been frustrated because there were 1,000 people that came to this, which is nuts. 1,000 people. And basically our schedule was panel signing. So people were complaining that that they weren't able to get like pictures or things signed, because like we were literally at this convention where everyone knew who we were and everyone wanted to meet us. Everybody wanted pictures, which was awesome. But it meant that like the lines in between panels were heinous. They were so long. So all of us did like extra signings. We all tried to make sure that we did extra signings or just like signed stuff on the side. And even then all of us got messages being like, I never got anything signed. And we were like, I don't know what else we could have done. You know, it was rough. It was like the first time like trying to actually make it like a convention, you know, like a community-based convention. And that's really difficult. But man, the volunteers, everybody who set up CoxCon did an amazing job. Like for a first convention, I thought it went so well. And we all had a super great time. So yeah, if you got to be there, I hope that you enjoyed it. And the last couple of days, I've just been hanging out with Sam, hanging out with his family. We've watched lots of weird TV. And today, I think we're just like chilling and then going to dinner. Sam's actually sick, which sucks. He started to feel sick yesterday, and all night he was like up and down, blowing his nose and just not feeling good at all. So I think we're probably gonna spend my birthday trying to treat Sam, go to like a pharmacy and get him some medication, and then see how he feels. He's like, no, we'll go to dinner, we'll go to the movie. And I'm like, I'm fine with waiting a day and going another day, like if you're not feeling well. But I'm kind of sad. This week has gone by super fast. You know, on Monday when I got here, when I finally got to Sam's home, I was like, man, I've got like a whole week to just like hang out. Like, this is so awesome. And the week's been going by really, really fast, which is a bummer, but we've also had a lot of fun. So it's fine. But yeah, I've got that like weird, not to change the subject too abruptly, I've got that weird like crease in my hair from when you've slept with your hair up in a ponytail. Anybody who has never had long hair will never understand that weird fear of like, I've had my hair in a ponytail for a while now. I think when I take it down, I'm gonna have the crease. And then when you have the crease, you're like, well, this hair's borked. Better put it back in the ponytail. Like, there's nothing I can do. It's borked forever unless you have, you know, like a flat iron. But yeah, you always wind up with, see, boop, boop. You always wind up with that weird crease, the weird ponytail crease. It's not my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. So I've had a great time. I hope you guys have had a great few days. I managed to keep the videos going up on Press Heart, which I'm super excited about, and Alex did an awesome news episode. So Aaron's going to be doing one this coming up Sunday, which is actually the same day that I'm coming home. Boo! I really like Sam's place, though. It's really cute. It's really cute. I hang out on the couch, I do my stuff, and Sam hangs out over here and does his stuff. And then we're like, you want to watch a dumb show? Yeah. It's just back into literally the exact same pattern that we had before. And Margaret and Curtis have sent me all kinds of pictures of the kitties being adorable. Wait, let me show you a picture. I was like, are they dead? And Curtis said, well, I think Sherlock is eating his feelings, but they're good. There they are. They're my little mews from a couple days ago. There they are. Ah, sweet kitties. I miss them. I miss their cute little faces. So I'll see them soon. And that's it. That's it. The end. I'm just gonna hang out and wait for Sam to wake up a bit more. Hopefully he feels okay. I feel so bad. And hope you guys have had a great day. I'll talk to you again next time. Okay? Bye-bye. Mwah. Man, I hope this video isn't messed up, because it might be. It might be.